So good morning. We're going to try this again. So unfortunately, I just ended a virtual live math class for Monday, September 28th of 2020, and I forgot to hit the record button. So in today's class, we're going to be reviewing Standard 6.NS.2, dividing multi-digit numbers, Standard 6.NS.4, finding the greatest common factor and the least common multiple of numbers, and Standard 6.NS.5, 6.NS.6, 6a, 6b, 6c, which all deal with integers with positive and negative numbers, expressing how you turn a positive number into mathematical phrases with mathematical language, and turning a negative number into mathematical phrases and language, as well as sea level meaning 0. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to go over, I believe there's 10 problems. We're going to go over all of them now. So let's look at number 1. It says sea level is located at an elevation of 0 feet. When we're at sea level, we're 0. Here's the elevation of some locations in Death Valley National Park. Determine whether each of these elevations is above or below sea level. So our task is to take what's in the bottom: campground, park, hotel, gas station, ranger station, gift shop, and visitor center, and put them if it's above sea level, which is positive, and if it's below sea level, which is negative. So I'm not sure what that is here, but I'm going to show you. So when we have positive, it's above, and when we have the word below, it's always negative. So you're going to pay attention to what I am going to write for you. So first off, campground. Campground is at negative. Therefore, we're going to write on the chart box here, we're going to write campground. Oops. So we're going to try this again because I'm not liking that. Okay. So we're going to write campground, and we're going to write colon negative 918 feet. That's that one. I'm going to write that one up here. I'm going to write that here. So I'm going to make this a little smaller for you. So this is 24. Okay, so campground is negative, and also I am going to cross that off, and I know that park hotel is also negative, and also visitor center. So park hotel and visitor center. So park hotel, and we have visitor center. They're all negative, which means they're all below sea level. Okay, so those 3 in blue, which then clearly means that the positives have to be gas station, which is 6,926 feet, ranger station 30 feet, and gift shop. So that means here we have the gas station, right? We have the ranger station, and we have the gift shop. All of these are positive integers because the word above is positive and the word below is negative. Moving on to the next one. Here we go. We're going to move on to question 2 here. I'm not sure why that's there, but I'll take that. But okay. The temperature rose 4 degrees. If something rises, it's at a positive integer, so 4. If it fell, it's at negative 3 degrees. Now, we're going to use the number line. If we're at 4 because it's positive and we want to go down to 3, to the negative, we're going to start at 4 and we're going to hop 1, 2, 3, which means we stop at positive 1. So the answer is C, as it says here. So we would circle choice C, and we would stop here at positive 1. Very simple. Rising is positive, falling is a negative. Okay, let's look at the next problem. For question 3, it says, there are 288 bags of popcorn to sell. There are 3 6th grade classes. If each class sells an equal number of bags, how much popcorn does each class sell? Right off the bat, 288 and 3 6th grade classes are key info. I wrote that down, an equal number. As Mr. Rudy wrote, what is the question asking for? It's asking for you to say how many bags of popcorn did each class sell equally. Clearly, you have to divide. You divide 288 by 3, and you arrive at 96 bags of popcorn. All right, this question. This question deals with either finding the GCF or LCM. For exercise, Leanna swims every 6th day and jogs every 8th day. If Leanna runs and swims today, how many days will she run and swim together? So clearly I'm going to annotate the keywords. So I'm going to write 6th day from the word problem equals, what does it say up here? It says swim. And the eighth day, she jogs. And I want to find when will they be together on the same day. Okay, if you look here, it says think and find the LCM. So obviously, we want to know when will they be reunited. So we are going to have to find the LCM of these numbers. So we're going to write, when will she run and jog again? Or on what day will she run and jog again? When will she be together? Therefore, we have to go and find the least common multiple. We're finding the LCM of 6 and 8. To find the LCM, we're going to skip count, which means we're going to write the multiples of 6 and 8. Multiples of 6. So we're going to skip count. 6 times 1, 6. 6 times 2, 12. 6 times 3, 18. 6 times 4, 24. And 6 times 5, I'm going to stop here at 30. Now we're going to find the multiples of 8. We're going to skip count by 8. 8 times 1, 8. 8 times 2, 16. 8 times 3, 24. 8 times 4, 32. Now, we got to figure out what number do they have in common. So when we look here, we can clearly see that they share a 24. So the LCM is 24. Now, what does this 24 represent? If you go back to the question, it asks you, how many days will she run and swim again on the same day? So the answer is, let's make that a little bit larger. She will run and swim again on the 24th day. That is the answer. Yes, the LCM is 24, but then you have to go back and restate what you were trying to find. Remember, so every keyword, every LCM. So we're going to move on to the next problem. Number 5. The table below shows the elevation at which different artifacts were found during an archaeology review. We have the artifact and we have the elevation. So what we have to do is we have to take the artifact, write it down on the line, and then take the elevation in words and put it into math. So let's look at it. Arrowhead. We have arrowhead. We got 15 feet above. Above is a positive number. Next, bone. Bone says above. Above is positive. 721 or 721. Necklace. Oh, sorry. Clay bowl. Clay bowl. Here we go. Sea level means 0. Necklace. Necklace. The key word is above. We have 462 above, so that's a positive integer. And the last one I'm going to put right here, I'm going to actually make this, I'm going to put it right here actually for you, is woven basket. Woven basket says below. So below is always a negative integer. Now, it says determine how you know if something is a positive, negative, or 0 integer. So very simple. Okay, we did do questions like this, just different artifacts. Positive, anytime you see, means above sea level. Anytime you see negative, you automatically think below sea level. And anytime you see the word 0, you think of sea level. So 0 means sea level. That's what that means. That was a 3-point problem. Let's move on to the next one. Emily is putting together snack bags for her classmates, and she bought 18 granola bars and 9 apples. Each snack bag will have the same number of granola bars and apples. Does she have enough food to make 10 snack bags? Okay, so clearly here when you see the word same number, you have to think of the greatest common factor. So what is the important information here? Well, we are given 18 granola bars from the word problem. It's highlighted in yellow. 18, granola bars. We also are told that there are 9 apples, same number. And we want to know if she has 10, does she have enough? So here we want to know, does she have enough snack bags? Does she have enough, food? Does she have enough food to make 10 snack bags is what you have to figure out. So how are we going to figure that out? Well, we got to find the greatest common factor. So we're going to find the GCF of 18 granola bars and 9 apples to determine what that GCF is first. So we're going to write 18. We're going to list the factors. 1 times 18. 2 times 9. And 3 times 6. Factors of 9. 1 times 9. And 3 times 3. So now we're going to go and figure out what numbers do they have in common, guys. Well, let's look. They share a 1. They share a 1. They share a 3. They share a 3. They share a 9. They share a 9. Bam, I found the GCF. The GCF is equal to 9. Now, when I go back to the question,
I'm on
it says,
sorry, I couldn't quite hear you.
Oh, sorry about that. It says, does she have enough food to make 10 snack bags? Well, if the GCF is 9 and she wants to get to 10, clearly there is not enough food to make. So Emily, she does not have enough snack bags to make 10 of them. Because she only has 9 that can be evenly distributed between the granola bars and the apples. Okay, let's erase that. Let's move on to number 7 now. Almost there. Which point on the number line represents the opposite of -5 and 1/2? This one's pretty simple. We know that the opposite of a negative number is a positive, right? So we're looking for 5 and 1/2, which has to be positive. So let's eliminate points. When we look at point P on the number line, we have it at negative. So point P is negative. So there's no way on earth, right? So actually, let me show you here. That point P is at the negative. So that's a no-no. There's no way it's that one. Let's look at point Q. Point Q is in between 0 and -1, which is still in the negative. So that's not right. Point R. Point R is in the positive, but it's positive. But now you have to ask yourself, what number is in between 0 and 1? And it's 1/2. So then we're going to go look at the other point over here, which is point S. Point S is in the positive, right? And now in between 5, we have a 6 over here. So I'm going to go take this in. I'm going to go draw the number 6 right here for you. And in between 5 and 6 lays 5.5. So clearly you circle choice D for point S is in same. The reason why it is not choice C, which is point R, is because if you look in between 0 and 1, this shows positive 1/2, and I'm looking for 5.5. Hope that helps you. All right, let's move on. Almost there, guys. Almost there. I think like 2 more problems. All right, point 8, number 8. Which number line represents point M at -2 and point M at +1/2? Clearly, this is what we need to know. Point M has to be at the negative, we're looking for -2. I like to rewrite this right from the question. Point N, we have positive, which is 1/2. So I'm going to cross out the number lines where M is not in the negative. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's get the drawing pen out. We have -2. Well, this is in the negative, and that's in the positive, so that's maybe a maybe. But look at B. M is at the positive, so that's completely wrong. M is at the negative, so that may be right. Let's look at D. M is in the positive. We want negative. So now let's go back and reevaluate our choices. We want -2. In between 0 and -1 lays a 1/2, so this is not right. Let's see why this is right. M is +2, bingo, and N is +1/2. Therefore, the answer is C. That's a reading question. You got to know what you have to do. Last question. For this question, you're going to have to find the GCF and the LCM of each number. So let's start with there first. So we're going to go actually first, and we're going to find all the GCF of all these numbers. So 6, 10, 5, 12, and 15. We're going to list all the factors of these numbers. 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. Then I'll list the factors of 10. 1 times 10 and 2 times 5. We're going to list the factors of 5. 1 times 5. Factors of 12. 1 times 12. 2 times 6. And then we have 3 times 4. Factors of 15. Simple. 1 times 15. And 3 times 15. Okay, now we're going to go find the multiples of these numbers. So 6, 12, we're skip counting. 18, 24, 32. Let's go find, 30. Let's go find the multiples of 10. Oh, we got to go up to 60, sorry. Then we have 36, 42, 48, 6 times 7, 6 times 8, 6 times 9 is 54, and then we have 60. All right, factors of multiples of 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. Multiples of 5, we have 5, 10, we're skip counting, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. Let's now go find the multiples of 12. 12, 24, 36, 48, and 60. And last but not least, 15. 15, 30, 45, 60. All right. Here's the clues. We have to have the LCM be 60. So let's look at 6 and 10. And we have to have the GCF of 2. So I'm going to type in what we're looking for. We need the GCF has to be equal to 2. And the LCM has to equal to 60, and they have to be less than or equal to 12. That's the key now. All right, let's look at choice A, 6 and 10. So let's look at this. Let's go here. The GCF of 6 and 10, right? They both share 1 and they both share a 2. So the GCF is 2. Let's see if the LCM is. The LCM here is 30 and 30, or then 60 and 60. So the least common multiple here is 30, so we're going to say goodbye to choice A. Let's look at B. The LCM has to be 2 of 5 and 12, so clearly that's not right. Let's look at 10 and 12. I'm going to use red for 10 and 12. 10. The LCM is 2 here. The LCM is 2 here. Let's go find, the GCF. Let's go find the LCM of 10 and 12. Well, the only LCM I see is that they share is 60, right? So it has to be this answer. Let's go show you why in blue D is wrong. 12, and 15. So clearly 1 and 1, and clearly 3 and 3. So right off the bat, that is completely incorrect because the GCF has to be 2, and we found the GCF here to be that. So the answer would be choice C as in cat. Oh, let me erase that for you. All right, I'm gonna erase all of this, and we are almost at the grand finale, folks. Oh, we are. Oh, one more. Write a positive or negative integer to represent each situation. So let's look at this. If you owe money, you're in the negative. You have a debt, so that's negative. When you owe, you're negative. Oops. So this should be a negative integer. It says here, a team has gained 20 yards. If you gain, you lose, you get it. It's positive 20. If you're below, it's negative. If you deposit money, you're putting money in. Therefore, it's going to be plus 130 or 130. And I should write that up here too, or 20. And then if you are withdrawing money from an account, it's clearly going to be negative $280. Okay, deposit, put in, positive, withdrawal, take out, negative. So let's move on and let's go do this question. Eyeglass prescriptions use positive and negative numbers to describe vision. In general, the farther from 0 the number is on the prescription, the more vision correction you need. So a negative number means you're farsighted, which means you can't see far. And a positive number means farsighted, which means you can't see near. And I'm nearsighted, which means I can't see far. So I have a negative prescription. So using this table, we're going to answer the questions. Which 3 patients are nearsighted? Nearsighted means negative. So which 3 have a negative number? Well, patient A is negative 2.25. Patient C is negative 1.50. And patient E is negative 3. So A, C, and E for number 1. Now, which 2 patients are farsighted? Farsighted or positive? So patient B is positive and patient D is positive. B and D are the answer to 2. B as in boy and D as in David. B and D are positive. Which patient is most farsighted? So nearsighted means negative. We got negative 2.2, negative 1.5, or negative 3. When they say nearsighted, we want to think the number that's farthest from 0, and clearly negative 3.0 is the farthest from 0, which means it would be patient E. E actually should be like that. All right, which one is the most farsighted? Positive number, okay? Which one is the farthest from 0? We only have 1.0 or 3.25, and clearly it's patient D. And there you have it for today. Let me just erase that. And this definitely will help you guys. So again, remember key takeaways. To find the GCF, we're listing factors or the greatest maximum number. To find the LCM, we're doing skip counting, which are multiples. Keyword every. And above is positive. Below is negative. C level is 0. Withdrawal means you take out money. Deposit means you put money in. Hope this helps you guys.